My name is Tobi Akinnubi from the stable of the Yoruba Times Media Organization. We have the news highlights for this week. TYF presents Yoruba bloc position at the ongoing constitutional review in Lagos. Lagos launches 500 billion naira of the guarantee fund to boost food security. Indigenous bill, of course, currently declaration of demographic war warned, activists, policy experts. And states have no jurisdiction to deviate from tariffs. That's coming from NEC. And US wrestling legend Hulk Hogan dies at the age of 71. Whiskey becomes first African artist to hit 9 billion streams on Spotify. And in the world of sports, Super Falcons deserve victory over South Africa, says Madugu. Oshoba talks tough ahead of Parker fight. Now we have the news in details. The Lagos branch of Think Yoruba First Political Action Organization, TYFPAC, a socio-cultural and socio-political organization, presented the Yoruba's bloc position at the ongoing constitutional review public hearing held on Saturday, July 19th, 2025, of course this year, at the Watercrest Hotel in Lagos. At the event, Ms. Lola Lawal handed over the TY proposal to Honorable Isiaka Ibrahim Ayokunle, Chairman of the Constitution Review Committee. Also present were Barrister Sonwo Oluwatobi and Engineer Abdullahi Salawuddin. The clerk of the event stood next to Ms. Lola Lawal during the proceedings. The Constitutional Review hearing is part of the effort by the House of Representatives Committee on the Review of the 1999 Constitution to gather input from various stakeholders across Nigeria. The committee, led by Honorable Isiaka Ibrahim Ayokunle in the Southwest Zone, emphasized the importance of inclusiveness, equity, and justice in the review process. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has launched the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira offtake guarantee fund to enhance food security, reduce imports, and boost agricultural productivity across Nigeria. The initiative aims to provide guaranteed offtake contracts, access to financing, and logistics support, connecting Lagosians directly with the state's dynamic food economy. Governor Sanwo-Olu said that the 500 billion offtake guarantee fund will provide working capital for bulk traders, finance for logistics operators, liquidity for aggregators, and credit support for food producers across Nigeria. He said that it is a demonstration of his understanding that the food economy cannot thrive on policy alone. It requires financing. The governor also emphasized that the program reflects his administration's commitment to achieving food security, inclusive prosperity, and sustainable growth, not just for Lagos State, but for Nigeria as a nation. He also announced the deployment of a fleet of 150 cold and dry trucks, the largest of its kind, in partnership with the private sector to boost agricultural production and reduce reliance on informal supply channels. This initiative will be implemented through the Lagos Food Systems Infrastructure Company, LASFINCO, and supported by key special purpose vehicles like the Lagos Bulk Trading Company, Ecalog, Ecologistics, and the Produce for Lagos Fund. Dr. Adedapo Adebajo, a UK-based academic and public policy analyst, has voiced strong concerns over the proposed indigenous bill introduced by Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, describing the bill as a potentially explosive issue for Nigeria's fragile republic. Adebajo likened its proponents to ghosts that haunt the Nigerian state. He contends that the bill could serve as a tool for internal colonialism and lead to significant demographic shifts. According to Adebajo, the bill suggests granting indigenship rights to individuals residing in a community for a specific period, allowing them to access the same rights and privileges as indigenous inhabitants. He emphasizes that this proposal overlooks the intricate history and cultural importance of land ownership in Nigeria, where land presents not just an economic resource, but also an ancestral heritage, cultural marker, and spiritual foundation. Adebayo warns that passage of the bill could trigger a constitutional crisis, resulting in demographic changes, economic instability, and societal fragmentation. He urges the National Assembly to reject the bill, characterizing it as a cynical and dangerous piece of political theater that would bring chaos and instability nationwide. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, said since states have no jurisdiction over this national grid, they have no power to deviate from the tariff set for the energy supply from the grid. The management made its position known in a public notice on the application of multiple tariff regimes in Nigeria electricity supply industry. The public notice came on heels of the controversy over the Enugu Electricity Regulatory Commission (EERC) reduction of tariff for a Band A customer in its franchise areas from 209 naira per kilowatt to 160 naira per kilowatt, while operators in the NESI value chain, such as the electricity distribution companies DISCOs and electricity generation companies GENCOs, have condemned the downward review. ERC has based the rate crash on the sufficiency of the federal government. NERC, however, said her states do not have jurisdiction over the national grid and over electric power stations established under federal laws operating under licenses issued by the Commission. They must holistically incorporate the wholesale cost of grid supply to their state without any qualification or deviation in their design of tariffs for end-use customers in order not to distort the dynamics of the market or be prepared to make a policy intervention by the way of subsidy for any deviation in the tariff structure that distorts the wholesale generation, transmission and legacy financing costs in NESI. And on the foreign scene this week, a US-based wrestling legend Hulk Hogan, one of America's best-known wrestling stars, has died at the age of 71. The star, born Terry Jenier Bolle, and known for his flowing blonde hair and iconic handlebar beard mustache, died at his home in Florida on Thursday morning. Hogan began his professional wrestling career in 1977, but shot to fame after signing for the World Wrestling Federation, as it was known before it became World Wrestling Entertainment (WWE) in 1983. Hogan's manager, Chris Volo, said the wrestler suffered a cardiac arrest at his home in Clearwater, Florida, and died surrounded by his family. Police officials said on Thursday that emergency services responded to a medical call at about 10 EST, where they found Hogan experiencing a serious medical issue. He was taken to an hospital where he died at exactly 11:17 BST time. There will be an investigation, they said, but currently there is no suspicious activity surrounding his death. And moving forward to the world of entertainment, Yoruba's son and of course Nigerian music sensation Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun, of course better known by his stage name Wizkid, has made a history by becoming the first African artist to surpass 9 billion streams on Spotify. The bulk of Wizkid's streaming success can be attributed to his collaboration with Drake and Tyler One Dance, which has racked up to 3.7 billion streams. The song not only tops Wizkid's discography but also ranks among the top 10 most streamed songs on Spotify. Notably, One Dance holds a Guinness World Record for being the first single to exceed 1 billion streams on the platform. As a solo artist, Wizkid's soundtrack is Essence, featuring Thames, which has generated over 303 million streams. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift maintains her dominance as the most streamed artist on Spotify with over 1.5 billion streams to her name. And on our sports track for this week, Super Falcons head coach Justin Madugu has expressed relief following Nigeria's hard-fought victory over South Africa in the semi-final clash of the WAFCON 2024 in Morocco. The Super Falcons on Thursday in Casablanca earned a 2-1 win over the Bayana to zoom to their 10th final in the Women's Continental Showpiece. Speaking after the game, Madugu admitted that certain incidents during the match, particularly injuries, had a psychological effect on the players. but praised their professionalism and ability to stay focused despite the challenges. Madugu added that the team would conduct a thorough review of the semi-final to prepare adequately for the final on Saturday. Meanwhile, the WAFCON final is set to take place on Saturday night, with the Super Falcons facing off against the host Morocco. Ghana, who lost their semi-final to host team, will battle the defending champions in the third place playoff on Friday. Yes, still on the sport track for this week, but then on the foreign scene, Nigerian's boxing sensation Elizabeth Oshoba has issued a confident statement ahead of her featherweight bout against American Melissa Parker. The Ogun State-born boxer has said she's more prepared than ever for the August 22nd showdown in Orlando, Florida. The undefeated WC, Silver and IBO international featherweight champion, who boasts a perfect 9-0 record with 5 knockouts, will face Parker 6-3-1, 2 KSOs, 2 knockouts in what promises to be a crucial step in her quest for world title unification. This 25-year-old Nigerian's bullish attitude comes on the back of a significant career development, having recently signed a promotional deal with Most Valuable Promotions, the management company owned by YouTube celebrity turned boxer Jake Paul. The promotional deal represents a major breakthrough for the Nigerian pugilist, who made history in 2024 when she became the first female Nigerian boxer to win a world title. She is currently ranked 10th in the World Boxing Association featherweight division and 4th in the super lightweight category. And that is all we have for you this week on our news around the world. Of course, for more news updates, you can follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook and on X at the Yoruba Times, and of course you can visit our website at www.theyoruba.times.com. See you next week.